one thing you guys know about me is that I am all about, that rise and grind culture. I love to spend every day on LinkedIn.
I do know this about you. This is your favorite social media, LinkedIn.
Yes.
And LinkedIn, a classically comedy-rich social media site.
Yes. Well, like I said, I love to optimize all my metrics. I love to plan all my quarterly goals. And obviously I'm reading a lot of books about how I can really lean in. And so to that effect, I was, as usual, reading articles on the topic like I do for, 7 to 8 hours every day.
I'm falling asleep just listening to you describe this.
You're coming too close to like actual talk from my work.
Yeah. This is actually starting to this is the point in all the meetings where I start to tune out because I'm like, fuck that, I'm not doing it.
I pull my iPad out and I start drawing.
Well, see, that's why you guys are never gonna optimize your metrics like I have, because I read a really great article the other day that's really helping me to scale the ladder at work, and it is called 6 verbs that make you sound weak, no matter your job title.
Oh,
what I would like to do.
Verbs. Everybody knows it's the verbs that make you sound weak.
Well, you don't want to have any human weakness or vulnerability because that is going to just prevent you from becoming the best version of yourself.
Right.
And so I would like for us to guess what the 6 verbs are that you should not use because they're going to make you sound weak. And maybe we can go around like round robin style.
I have to think of what is a verb right now?
Listening.
I was going to say wriggle.
I mean, okay. I want to say
to think seriously what it would be.
Yeah, no, because I want to win the game.
Said listen. I'm curious.
Yeah, listen would be one.
Yeah, listen. I definitely think listen has to be one of them because I just hearing that makes me be like, whoever said that is a fucking cuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Cuck. That's also that's got to be one of them.
Right.
I want to say like please or
that's not a verb.
Or wait.
Please can be a verb.
You're right. To please. Yeah, that could be a verb.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, serve. That make you sound weak, and if this is a hustle culture,
help,
improve.
I don't.
You can't improve because you're already the best.
Rise, dig,
cry. It's a little on the nose.
Sink,
bounce. Yeah. Bitches are always coming to me saying, bounce.
And you go, wow, what a weakling.
Like, wow, you'll never get promoted.
What a weakling, you bouncy boy.
Well, you have to eliminate. It's like I said, you need to eliminate all those soft human qualities that are preventing you from ascending.
Walk, because if you're walking,
you're not running.
You're not fucking running.
You idiot.
Until, is that a verb?
Until.
That's not
a verb.
Not a verb.
I think that does make you weak to say.
It does.
I mean, every time somebody said until to me, I immediately put them in a headlock.
Okay.
And then I put them in their grave.
Hannah, I gotta know now. You've hooked me. I'm hooked.
All right.
What are the verbs?
Reveal one of them.
Let's find out what pathetic words that you little cucks should avoid.
All right, just give us the first one.
Think.
I'm pretty sure we guessed that.
Did you just say I think?
Yeah, I know. I did. Because I'm weak.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm weak.
Are you ready to hear?
Think.
Okay, so there must be
That's fucking funny.
in that same vein.
No, I get that though because it.
Suppose.
Let's see. Okay.
No, you just have to state
You guys
it.
want to hear the next one?
Yeah.
Need. Because as we all know, having needs.
Yeah, if you admit
weak.
Like if you say I need this by this time,
Thoughts
you are
and needs are really horrible.
Yeah, bad.
Bad to have those.
Yep.
You want to hear the next one?
Oh yeah, please.
I keep forgetting them.
Want.
Yeah, want.
Well, it's like when the last thing your boss wants to hear is like, hey, I've been hunched over my desk for 10 hours. I think I really need to go to the bathroom. Like, if you say that, your boss is just going to know that you're
I want one more piece of coal in the stove, Mr. Scrooge.
Yeah, no, you don't want to say that.
And that's why Bob Cratchit was
Or like, even
weak.
if you say like, I want this on my desk by noon, you say, put this on my desk.
Yeah, you don't ask.
Wow.
We
I
didn't
ask for that shit.
Like,
Did you hear that? Did you guys get shivers just now?
I did, because I'm weak.
I just,
Do you guys want to guess what the next one is?
Is it guess?
Yeah.
yeah.
So like instead of saying like I guess.
Yeah. There's some of this that like can.
I'm assuming the last one must be try because
Yeah, must
there
be
is
try.
no
Gotta be
try.
try.
Well,
There's
I
not
mean,
try.
it's like you never want to say, I guess I'll reach into the snake pit to pull out the diamonds for you, sir. You want to say, I will reach
Yeah.
into the snake pit
Yeah.
to pull
You
out the
shouldn't even
diamonds.
need to say anything. You should already be
You
doing
should
it.
just
Yeah,
be-
you should
you
already,
should already be
covered
reaching
in
Yeah,
into
you
the
should be
snake
covered
pit.
in snake bites.
Yeah, of course, of course.
You want to hear the next one?
Yeah, you gotta.
Hope.
So, is that all of them, Hannah?
Oh, there is one more.
Oh, yeah, one more.
Try has to be one of them.
I suppose it isn't because
I did guess suppose.
Yep,
suppose.
suppose. So
Yep.
basically, here's
That's the same as like I guess or something.
So-
I think.
yeah, I think
I
those are all the
suppose.
same fucking thing. That's just semantics. That's
I
bullshit.
guess.
that article is what's fucking weak.
it is.
What do you wait? Are you telling me that a piece of advice that I found on the internet about how to better myself is in any way fallible or
Are
not
you-
100%
Are
correct?
you having to ask me a question right now instead of being certain of yourself?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That article has an alternate subtitle, which is "How to Be a Fucking Asshole."
I don't understand what you're saying, guys. I've based my entire personality off of these articles that I've read on LinkedIn. Are you trying to tell me that there's another way to live your life? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, I suppose it must be. Let's play D and. Well, I suppose I shouldn't say let's. That makes us sound really
Yeah,
weak.
Yeah.
We're playing D&D now.
I don't know about playing. I don't really.
Yeah.
We are conquering D&D now.
Let's dominate.
Let's dominate.
Let's optimize D&D.
Let's optimize D&D. Let's
lean in.
let's
D&D.
get simplifying.
You know what? I think is kind of a weak sounding.
You're right. Like D&D.
D&D.
D&D now. I think it's actually it doesn't show strength to tell names. When you come into this meeting, you should already know what my name is.
If you'd put in the work, you would know what Kat's name is.
Yeah, you would know. So that's that.
Hi. You know what my fucking name is too. And I'm not gonna ho-hum him hum. Hum 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 ha.
Because it
About
shows
it.
strength to interrupt
It
and
shows
talk out of
strength
turn.
to interrupt, and if you can't,
Shut up.
whoa.
Wow.
We love to see
Wow.
it. Yes.
Good job.
I don't have anything to say because you already know who I am.
Yeah, hey,
I just wanted you to
robots.
stop talking.
Hey, you new here?
Are you new here?
No.
I'm loving this role play.
These are toxic corporate environment role play.
Guys, this is such a great way for us to explore work roles and to improve our communication skills.
Yo,
Way to take initiative.
Hey, I think somebody's supposed to be introducing themselves.
Hi,
You
everybody.
think?
Good catch, Catherine. Love that hustle. Hey, everybody. My name's Hannah. I'm the director of HR here at Legend Lark, and I just want to make sure that that there's no weakness anywhere in this office space, because if there is, I will smell it like blood in the water, and I will root it out. And I don't care how deep I have to go.
you don't care how many violations of confidentiality agreements you have to
I don't care how many people I have to kill. We're not going to have any weak people in this company.
Okay, so last time you guys fought off the black kestrels who had taken to marauding since they didn't get hired.
They're attacking the train.
Yeah. Really, the only way you could have avoided that was if you did what you did, except you got the black kestrels instead of the Kukui warriors, because they were the only ones who would not maraud the train. Yeah, you did fight about the amount of damage you did to Slake.
Yeah.
And I think that's
There was
where we ended
conflict.
things.
There was conflict. We apologized. I remember that. We apologized as
So
much
Corbin
as...
sort of apologized. I don't know about Fran over
Fran
here.
is literally like,
I'm not
it's
sorry.
fine, and this is like the price of winning.
Yep.
All right, so you've finished your fight. The corpses of the kestrels are on the ground in front of you. after you've finished dispatching of the last of the black kestrels, the dwarves in the train begin peeking out, peeking over the windowsills, and after a few minutes, the door of the train is shouldered open, and you see Trek, Selny's husband.
Trek!
Yes. And he raises a hand and he calls out, "All clear?"
Is everybody okay?
Trek comes a couple steps off of the train, and then he kind of like looks up a little bit towards the sky, and he takes a step back. He says, no major injuries. We've got a couple scrapes, a couple cuts. Nobody too badly hurt, though."
Oh, that's good.
Same here.
Yeah, I'm okay too.
That was crazy, though. Do you have any idea why they wanted to target you, or did they just want your stuff?
I think it's the latter there. They thought that the train was abandoned at first, and when they discovered it wasn't...
Why would a train be here and be abandoned? There's no fucking train track.
You can clearly see the trail of the train.
Trek looks at you guys and says, "You tell me. This is your barbaric surface that you dragged us.
Whoa, Trek!
Hey, not my surface.
I mean, I wouldn't say barbaric.
Well, we've been here for all of 2 days, and we've already had somebody attack and try to kill and rob all of us, so,
And you've also had somebody attack and try to defend all of you. So they cancel each other out and nothing's happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that nobody's hurt.
Yeah, that's good.
And as you're talking, another dwarf kind of shoulders his way past Trek, but he does the same thing. He, like, stops and he looks up at the sky and he takes another step back towards the train. And this guy, he's grizzled. He's got a big sort of salt and pepper beard and eyebrows that are super, super thick. So, like, you can't really see his eyes. You just mostly see eyebrows and beard.
I love that.
Yes. And he points an accusatory finger towards the three of you and he says, "You took us out here and now what? You abandon us? You abandoned us for those magical freaks of yours and these brigands? And now here we are. We've got people injured. We're almost out of food. What was your plan here?" And somebody inside the train goes, "We want to go back. We want to go back to Asadel." And you start hearing more people inside the trains just saying, "Yeah, take us back. Take us back. We don't want to be here. This is awful."
With all due respect, if we had abandoned you, you'd be dead. So, like...
Mary like, puts her hands over your mouth, Corbin.
He has a point.
Mary shoots you a look too, Fran.
Fran looks away and crosses her arms.
Asadel is in considerably worse shape, I'd imagine. But, guys, do we have any thoughts on maybe a better place to have people?
They can't even leave the train.
Mary puts her hand over your mouth again and then signs to Trek. Mary, like, uses one hand to sign to Trek. Hold on, just a minute. Team meeting.
Yeah. Well, the plan is to take these people to Nakama, but if they don't like to be robbed, I don't know. Like, that's for, like, people who have a fetish of being robbed.
Mary signs. Mary looks at Slake and Corbin and signs. "Is there anybody in Nakama that you trust? You've been there before, right?"
Let's see. There was... Who did we meet?
What's her name?
The rich lady.
Amber Vetiver.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't great.
What about... No, what did we call her? Knife? Blade?
Oh,
Nightblade.
Nightblade!
I don't think Nightblade is gonna want to do us any favors.
So?
Mary signed, "If we could even find her again."
I was gonna say Almanac, but then I remembered.
Right.
Yeah.
That was one of Jonbo's faces, right?
Yeah, and I don't know about...
Oh, no.
Right. I don't think I'd trust Ono to put these people in a place where they wouldn't be robbed.
I mean...
I wouldn't trust Ono as far as I could throw him, and that's pretty far.
The Estrans, I'm sure, would take them in if they wanted to go there instead, but, like...
I know they don't want to, but I do think they'd be
I think
safer.
they'd be safer, but they'd have to really do some deep digging.
I mean,
okay.
we can't send them all back.
No,
Here's
I
what
mean, if we send them... These are the people who didn't want to fight in the first place. If we send them back, they're toast.
Here's what I think we should do. we go back to them and we give them the reality of their 3 options, which are go to Nakama, go to the Estrans, or go back.
No, Mary signs. No, let's not even present them the last option.
Well, if they want to, they should be able to do it.
Well, they can't because you're going to have to cast the same spell over and over again for 5 days, and we already don't have time for this.
No, I mean, we were going to go back eventually.
Yeah, but it only lasts for 10 seconds.
Oh, I guess we don't have a train anymore, huh?
It's for the best they don't go back.
Mary signs right. So it's Estra or Nakama. The Estrans, it seems like they have a lot of land. So maybe the dwarves could just
Have their own spot.
Yeah. Would that be better or worse? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you want to do?
I think we should give him a choice, but we'll make it very easily sound like Estra is the better choice.
Well, I mean, I don't think we need to make it sound like that. It kind of is.
It's objectively the better choice, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Who's good at persuasively talking to groups of people?
None of us. Maybe Fran. Hit or miss.
Who has the highest persuasion?
I guess it's me. All right.
Do you want to prep at all, or do you just want to go in?
I'll roll and I'll go based on that. Okay. So that's a 14.
All right.
Really in the middle of the road, so that should be just perfect for Corbin's basic attempt. All right, Corbin, they have the little meeting, and then I guess Corbin breaks off, and he's just gonna do it. He's tired of standing around. So he goes up to the train, and he says, "Everybody listen up!" And I assume...
And everybody, like, you see, like, people poking out from windows.
Okay. Corbin says... All right, y'all, here's the real truth of it, and that's my whole shtick. So, here are your options. You can go to Nakama, and if you don't have a fetish for being robbed, you're gonna have a bad time. Because you will be robbed.
You will be robbed.
You will be robbed. You'll probably find work, but you will be robbed, guaranteed 100%.
You can make a life, but you'll be robbed.
But you'll be robbed. Option number 2, you can go to Estra. And I know that you guys aren't going to like that option because there's lots of magic there. But they're good people. They're nice. They have a lot of land. They won't fucking bother you if you don't want them to. And you can just set up camp and do your own thing. And if you need help, they'll help you out. And then when this is all over, you can go back home.
And... even though they might seem really different, the people of Estra are essentially just like you. They've lost their home too.
That's a good point. They're also refugees, so they know what you guys are going through.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Trek looks at this, the bushy-eyebrow dwarf next to him and then says, "Give us a minute." And then he and the other dwarf go back into the train, and you hear the sounds of discussion and people shouting back and forth, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, and then after...
we play D&D.
Yeah, we play D&D.
Yeah, right.
We do not let it bother us.
So about half an hour later, you guys have just entered the Closet of Horrors in your D&D game. And Trek comes back out, and he very tentatively sort of shuffles towards you guys while keeps glancing upward. And you notice him take a route that really keeps him under tree cover.
Oh, he hates the sky.
Yeah, he's afraid of the sky.
They all hate the sky.
They're very, very unhappy with the sky.
They're not fans of sky.
They're like 1,000 Aerith Gainsboroughs.
Yeah.
They fucking hate this guy, dude.
So he finally makes his way over to you and he says, "All right, we took a vote. A lot of the votes were for the third option, go back to Essedel, but...
Not an
Not an option.
Not an option.
Not an option.
I agree with you. And frankly, my wife trusted you. Well, maybe that's a stronger
No,
word.
she trusted us.
He was in love with us.
Well,
It's a stronger word than she would have used, but a truer one than she would have used.
That's true. Okay. Accurate. Love you, Trek.
I know my wife, and, well, I think what we've all come to agree with is none of us have a fetish for being robbed. We had a taste of it here on the train.
I mean, if you had, it would be a lot simpler of a choice.
Yeah, right. And he says, so I guess we'll go with you to your magic people, but if we can stay as far as possible from the site where they are doing all this magic, we would, I think, everyone would be rather more comfortable. And somebody shouts from the train, ask him about the train! And Trek looks back and then looks at you guys. They are also asking if there's any way to take the train with us.
Oh, that's kind of a big ask.
Nobody wants to. And he gestures up towards the sky.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot for us.
Maybe a minute.
Only the very bravest of dwarves would venture up to the surface, and sorry to say, none of us are that.
Can we use magic?
Can you use magic in a way where we can't watch you do we can look away while you do the
If
magic?
you close your eyes.
yes, if you all get on the floor of the train.
You close your fucking eyes, yeah, you won't see anything. Sorry, I'm sorry.
He nods and says, I'll go brace everybody while you do whatever you
You'll
need
be
to
able
do.
to.
How did they expect us to move the train without magic?
Listen, I don't know.
Mary signs, I think they're in a lot of distress right now,
Yeah, they've been through a lot.
and they don't want to look at the sky.
Yeah, well. Fred, if I make some ladies, can you make them big?
Ladies?
Yeah.
Ladies,
Yeah.
you're going to create
How is
women?
How is that going to help?
They can lift the train.
I mean, okay, I guess. Base question, yeah.
Are you creating ladies?
Well, I'll call them. I'm gonna get some dryads to come on out.
Oh.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Fran needs to be able to make them big.
Oh, yeah. I can make it big.
Okay. Cool.
I think, Corbin, I think you're forgetting what happened last time you guys encountered some dryads.
I don't remember what happened last time.
It was emotional for
It was
Fran.
very emotional. It was emotions.
Okay, Fran, don't worry. They're just like, you know.
Okay.
Mary, can you make me strong?
Mary looks down at her hands and then nods and signs, yeah. And she sort of looks a little uncomfortable, but then signs, yeah, I think I can do this better this time. And as a result of Fran pushing that training on Mary, the traumatizing mom training, nobody needs to roll anymore when asking Mary for help. However, in the interest of game mechanics, I am going to limit it to once per day for each of you.
So each of us could ask her once per day.
Once per day. You can get one spell magnified.
Cool.
Wow.
All right.
Magna married.
Magna married.
All right. So, Mary puts her hands on your shoulders this time, Corbin, instead of grabbing hands with you, so that her thumbs are pressed right at the nape of your neck.
Nice little massage.
Yeah, but it's not a massage. You know, she just like places her hands there, and you just sort of feel this tingling all down your spine. And yeah, now you can summon more of these woodland creatures.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well, Corbin puts his little hands out, does a little head jiggle, and out of the woods walk 4 dryad women. They are beautiful. They are covered in leaves. They are golden and red.
When you look at them, you wouldn't at first think that they're anything other than just leaves attached to trees, but they just sort of form themselves into the shapes of people and shift. It's very incorporeal, but they emerge from the woods, and immediately one of them goes over to Fran, and you hear a very dry voice whisper in your ear. It sounds like cracking leaves and blowing wind. And it says, "Sister, Mother asked give you her love. I give you her love. For her daughter she'll never see. And you feel sort of a dry kiss against your forehead, and then the dryad drifts back over to the rest of the troop to take their orders from Corbin.
Fran just like stares into the middle distance and doesn't move.
Fran, are you okay?
They like you.
Mary comes over to you, Fran, and takes your hand and squeezes it.
You sound just like them.
Yeah. Okay. Great, so I have to make them giant.
Yeah.
Alright, Mary, juice me up.
And Mary does the same thing. She places her thumbs at the nape of your neck and spreads her fingers over your shoulders. And yeah, you are juiced up.
So Fran reaches out her hands for the dryads.
They come around you and they circle around you.
And her eyes fill up with tears that probably have some of Mary's magic in them now.
And they've got a little gold shimmer to them.
Mm-hmm. And they roll down her cheeks and then travel down her arm and spread to each one of them. And they grow up, get big.
Get big.
With a shimmer of gold.
Yeah, now you've got 4 giant women. And they are as tall as the trees that they came from.
Hell yeah.
All Fran wants to do is see them turn into giant women.
Yes.
Giant women. The giant women at your order, Corbin. Mm-hmm. They approach the train, and 2 of them take the front, and 2 of them take the back. And they lift it up from the ground with all the dwarves inside. And you hear a bunch of, whoa, whoa.
It's totally normal.
Eyes closed, everybody. All right. Let's pack it up and move, boys.
This is amazing.
Fran wants to scramble up and sit on the shoulder of one of the ladies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can, absolutely. It's actually sort of, you start to scramble up, and they're so incorporeal that at first you're not quite sure, like, how you're going to manage it. But then as you're climbing, different, like, twigs and branches just sort of move to become handholds for you. Mm-hmm. And eventually you're sitting up on one of their shoulders.
Nice.
Corbin turns to Slake and says, "You want to ride me?" He turns into a horse.
Ugh. Fine.
Woo! Yeah!
I climb up on Corbin's back.
Yeah, Mary climbs up behind you, Slake.
Yes. Corbin prances along.
And, it was an overnight ride last time you went to Estra. But these big ladies, they sure can stride. And Corbin...
We are not going to attract any unwanted attention.
No.
No one will see us.
No, not at all. And Corbin, you gallop to keep up with them. And as you're galloping, Mary is just casting gentle healing spells to keep you going.
Yeah, my muscles are like tearing.
Right. You're like,
my little horse ankles are like slowly breaking.
Yeah, your heart starts to
Starts to give out.
Yeah, starts to
We
give
can all
out.
just ride on the dryads.
No.
But Corbin is pushing himself, and
Yes.
so Mary is making sure Corbin
They
does...
call me fucking Seabiscuit, bitch.
Right. And Mary makes sure you don't give yourself a heart attack. All right, and so you make it to Estra by nightfall.
In style.
In incredible style.
I mean, yeah.
Right, and the dryads step over the barrier that the Estrans have put up, the magical barrier. They just step right over it. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile...
This is terrifying. They're used to, like, being attacked by monsters and shit. We're doing this.
No.
They sense our magical influence.
Well,
They sense our good intentions.
As this is happening, Mary taps you on the shoulders, and then signs, "Did we tell them we're coming?"
Mary, can you send a message or something?
And as you are saying that, you hear a bunch of yelling, and Fran, you see from your vantage point on the dryad's shoulder as they step over that a group of Estrans is standing over the bodies of 2 very upsetting looking beasts, top half of an owl bear, bottom half of a minotaur.
Ooh.
And there's a group of Estrans who you see, Fran, are all looking up and raising their weapons like, oh God, here we go again.
Oh, no. Fran sends out a big, like, fireworks display out of her hand that spells in the sky, "It's us, the Guardians, don't shoot."
And they all lower their weapons, and then you hear from the group a voice shout, "Fran? That you?"
Hey! We're here!
And somebody runs over to the border of the woods, and then Corbin, as you're galloping full speed with all of your horsey might, you see the portal open ahead of you.
I'm like frothing, like there's spit flying out of my nostrils.
You're like crying blood.
Yeah, I'm crying while my nostrils are the size of like fucking basketballs. Like,
and it's like Mary has sort of climbed around you so she could get in front and like hold the back of Corbin's head and just like
continuously heal my.
I have repeatedly been like, hey, maybe we could just stop and we could just get on the dryads. Maybe we could do that.
And Mary has not responded because Mary is too busy trying to keep Corbin alive. As Corbin sea biscuits himself for no reason. No reason at all.
Oh, for the vine, dude. For the vine.
So yeah, Corbin, you charge into the Estrin clearing just as the Dryads set down the train at the edge of the field that precedes the Estrin settlement. And then the Dryads put you down, Fran, and then they all sort of just disappear into like blowing wind and leaves.
We bought a zoo. We brought a train.
And Laika runs over, and you can see like she's like covered in blood.
It's full of dwarves. Don't look at them too much. I don't want to talk to you.
So Laika sort of shields her eyes and looks at the train against the light of the setting sun and says, "Right on. I guess that's jam on toast. Okay.
You got a lot of blood on you, friendo.
Oh, this? Yeah, don't worry about it. You should see the other guys." And then she looks back at the other guys, and then like there's a lot of blood on them too.
How often does this happen, Laika?
Laika shrugs. Well, at first it was once every couple weeks, but things have been gearing up a little bit lately. But don't worry, we've got a handle on it.
Okay.
Corbin doesn't say anything because he's passed out on the ground. Like,
Corbin, are you okay?
Mary,
Turn back to a boy.
I told him to stop.
Corbin turns back into a boy.
and Mary had been like petting your mane and like, shushing you, and now that you're a boy, Mary is like petting your hair and shushing you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we brought the refugees here because we decided that they would get their asses robbed off in Nakama, and they decided that it would be better to be here, but they kind of are afraid of you guys, and they just want to be in their train and like chill, as far as I can tell.
Laika nods and goes, "Okay."
If you could bring them like a lot of umbrellas or like sheets and sticks so they could make a farm but not have to look at the sky.
Laika nods and says, "Okay. Do you think they'd feel better if they were talking to a more dwarven type of person?"
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, let's head back and I mean, Swan's the most dwarven, and he's been with them, so maybe we'll get Swan out.
Yeah, he knows how to interact with them. But yeah, so they need to be self-sufficient, but also not look at the sky. And that's kind of the checklist that we're gonna hand over to you guys.
Well, they're really good at crafting stuff.
They just probably need some supplies.
If you talk to them, just don't use magic like at all.
Yeah, like
No magic.
they don't like it.
They do not like it.
Mary signs, "We've been really bad about that."
You have been, Mary? Wow.
Fran!
Mary, I thought you were more sensitive than that.
Mary looks back at you, Fran, and signs, "Do you remember that ice spear?"
Yeah, who cast that?
No, I don't know.
And Laika nods and said, "Okay. Zale and Hecht got back yesterday. They let me know what you did. It sounded like it got pretty crazy."
Who is Zale? What the heck? Who is Zale is that?
You know, the merchants that you rescued, they were really grateful to you.
Oh, those
guys.
Yeah, we need their names. Fran was just joking around.
Yep.
Sounds like Fran, the old jokester.
Well, we did rescue them. I'm glad to hear they got back okay.
Yeah. So did you hire the mercenaries you needed?
Yes,
Yes.
we did do that. I think there's probably a lot more to do, though, before we're ready to get back into fighting Torva. And here's the rest of the money, by the way. There's not much left.
Yeah, you hand over
Sorry.
the little bit that's left. Laika takes it back and goes, this is great. Thanks, guys. This will be enough to at least probably get the spell components we need. Maybe we can, instead of putting up a new building, we'll just maybe raise a little hill over there around the train.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right. Yeah. Maybe we'll just, or we could make a hollow hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, hobbit hole.
Yeah.
So I think, do you have any kind of communications area? I think we should be calling in everyone we can. And I suppose you should also be thinking about how many people you can actually spare with the attacks on your settlement.
Laika nods and says, don't worry. We've already been taking volunteers. Come on. Let me, take a shower, and, in the meantime, I'll get you set back up at the tower.
Do we have to stay there? Is that the only place we can stay? It's not like the only place. Like, there's no place that, like, isn't there.
You want to be on the train too, Fran?
Do we have a library or something?
What's wrong with the tower?
I just hate it.
Oh, hey, yeah, actually, this weird lady on man, I don't really know how to describe it. She seemed really out of it and really scared, but she brought us a bunch of books that fell from the sky.
Oh.
Yeah, they're here.
Well, that's great.
Mary turns so
Mary, you remember that lady?
Mary turns so that Laika cannot see her hands and signs, I think I forgot about her. Mary looks at you guys and signs, did I send her on a quest?
Mary, you did.
Mary, you super did.
You really did, Mary.
And Mary puts her hands over her mouth and then signs, oh no, I'm as bad as the others.
No.
It's okay, it's okay.
She made it all right.
They'll write books about her later.
Mary nods, but she looks a little bit like freaked out at herself that like, oh, she first time as a god, she forgot about a supplicant. Mary turns back around and like I said, so yeah, we actually have a library now. If you want to check it out.
For sure, definitely. Obviously. Of course.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, come on. I'll show you where it is, and then do you say anything to the dwarves before you leave, or are you just like, see ya, off we go?
Right, let's see. Fran, like, pushes Corbin, like, forward towards them, and then, like, looks away, like, as if she, like, isn't there and didn't do it.
Corbin goes up to the train, and he, like, knocks on the outside of it.
And Truck comes to the window, and he goes, is it over?
Yes, sir, it is over. The train has come to a stop. You may disembark or remain on the train at your convenience and leisure. We're gonna go get settled, but if you guys need anything, just like start hollering, or we're gonna have Swan Roxon's gonna come talk to you guys to help you get settled.
Is he doing better?
Yeah, I think lots of PTSD. It'll take him years to recover, but like, all in all, he's doing a lot better. Yeah, he's doing good.
Okay, we'll just wait here. All right. So you guys head off from the dwarf train.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
And you head back into town. And as you guys are approaching, Mary sort of drops back and grabs Fran's hand and signs with the other. I think I have to go in looking like me this time.
Oh. Are you sure? You don't want me to...
I'm going to ask them to fight for me. I should do that honestly.
Well, do you want like me to just like yassify you or anything? So you look really hot.
Mary smiles and she squeezes your hand. And she squeezes it a little tightly and shakes her head and signs, no, I think they need to see me as I am.
Well, the way you are is pretty good.
She gives you a very strange smile, but pulls her shoulders back and holds her head high. And you guys head into town. And at first, everybody is just sort of saying hi to Laika. They're waving to Laika and saying, good job with the owlbear minotaurs. And one of them says, hey, you got a little something right there, and they rub at their cheek as if Laika isn't covered all over in blood. And then somebody spots Mary, and it's like the whole town goes silent. And then people start coming out of their houses or looking through their windows, and it's very hushed, and you start to hear the whispers, people saying, it's the goddess, it's the goddess. The goddess is back, the goddess has returned to us.
Oh my god. Fran jumps into Secret Service mode.
Yeah. Corbin begins body blocking.
She casts telepathic bond between me and every other guardian, including Laika, and in order to access it, you have to touch your ear.
Oh yeah, so you're all Secret Service mode. Okay. And Mary is squeezing your hand very tightly, Fran. She is not got a death grip on your hand.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Mary. The eagle is about to land.
Mary signs with her other hand. Should I say something? Do I need to make a speech?
Do you want to make a speech?
I feel like I should.
Do you want to, though?
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything.
I'll make a speech.
I mean, we can help.
I've never said anything weird in my life.
Do you want Corbin to make a speech?
I'll make a speech.
Mary
we can make a speech on your behalf.
Mary signs. No, if it's between me and Corbin, I think I should be the one to.
Mary, that really, really hurts me a lot, but I accept that you're in a hard moment right now, so it's okay. I forgive you.
Mary just sort of gives you a I'm sorry look. It's an I'm sorry but look, but it's an I'm sorry
I'm
look.
sorry question mark judging look.
And as you guys sort of reach the steps in front of the tower, which you are not going into, Mary climbs the steps just so she's a little bit above the rest of you and signs, hello, how's everybody doing?
Fran makes an illusion of a thing behind her of just her hands so everybody can see.
All right, so Mary says, hi, how's everybody doing tonight? And when there's absolutely no response.
There's not no response, Fran goes, woo!
Yeah. Corbin starts clapping and says, yeah!
Slake says, good, thank you for asking.
And Mary smiles, so wobbly, but she is powering through, and she signs, that's probably not what you all wanted to hear, but we're back, and it seems like it's all been building to this. You've all recreated our home here on the surface, and I cannot say how grateful I am to see this, to see what you have done. I am proud to be your goddess. We have many trials ahead of us, and an enemy who it is long overdue that we pay him back for what he has done to us, and we stop him from doing it to anybody else. Today we've brought with us refugees from another civilization that he has decimated for his own gain. And I hope that you will support them and give them a welcome to the surface that you did not receive. And she looks at you three, at you four. She looks out at the gathered people, at the faces of her people. And she signs, we don't have much more than hope anymore. But that's the one thing Torva can't take from us. It's the one thing he could never take from us. So, I hope that in the days to come, you will remember what cannot be broken. And that is the spirit of the Estran people. My people. I love you all. And then she looks down at you guys like, that's a good speech, right?
Corbin starts screaming.
And after you guys start clapping, everybody else starts cheering. And as soon as everybody else is cheering, Mary very gracefully at first, like she descends the first 2 or 3 steps gracefully, and then she does a little hurry sprint over to her guardians.
Fran projects behind her, make some noise, like at a baseball game.
Yes. And Laika gives Mary a questioning thumbs up, and Mary gives her another thumbs up back, and Laika runs up the steps, still covered in blood, and holds up her hands to everybody and says, "Thank you, goddess, for those inspiring words. Our goddess will now retire for rest and contemplation in the library, which will be off limits for the time being. Let's give her a warm welcome and clap. Everybody clap, but stay exactly where you are." And everybody claps while staying exactly where they are, but like they're very confused about that order.
Corbin has his hands like spread out, and he is fully body blocking Mary.
Right.
As though the crowd is pushing in, but it's not.
They are not. They're saying they're like following Laika's command, but they all look very confused. And then Laika's like, "Go, go, go," and like back into the library. And it's clear that this library has it's only been started to be built, so it only has a few shelves. It has enough shelves to house that collection that the poor scholar that Mary sent on a quest was able to bring back. And there's a couple boxes of, it looks like, books from the surface that people have acquired from here and there that are in the process of getting tagged and put away. But that work is set to the side here.
Fran is like trying to do her usual like spins, but she keeps coming to the end.
Yeah.
Like of where the books are. And she's like, there must be more than this provincial.
Nope. That's it.
There's not.
There's not. And there is a big table in the middle of the room, and Laika says, "Okay, I'll have somebody bring you guys some maps, and you just hang tight. I'm gonna go change, and then we can make a plan." And she puts a hand on Mary's shoulder and says, "Great speech." And Mary just nods, and then Laika sort of pats Mary's shoulder once, and then leaves.
You did a really good job, Mary.
Yeah, your speech was amazing.
It was amazing, Mary, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it was better than a speech I would have even given. So it's really good.
Mary says, "Corbin, coming from you, that means a lot."
You're welcome, Mary.
Anybody catch Laika's vibe? Anyone catch Laika's weird vibe?
Friend, I was all over that vibe, dude.
Mary signs, "I don't know what you're talking about. There was no vibe.
Was crazy.
There was no vibe. It was fine. Look at this big table. It's great."
Corbin looks at Fran.
She was looking at Mary like Mary was yassified, and I didn't do shit. So
you should yassify Mary right now and see what.
I snap my fingers, and all of us are yassified.
Oh my God! Corbin looks down at his chest, which is now enormous.
Yeah, like big naturals.
Big fucking naturals, dude.
You all look like you stepped out of an ad for Balenciaga.
Yes.
And then Fran snaps her fingers again, and it's over.
Okay.
Corbin looks really upset.
I can do it whenever you want.
You've de-yassified.
Yeah.
So after about 15 minutes, Laika bursts in and says, "Hey guys, sorry to interrupt." And like her hair's still wet. Like she's clearly just like thrown on a shirt and pants and run to you guys. She's barefoot. She says, "Hey, sorry to interrupt. Did you guys invite someone here? Like tell them how to get here? Because a bunch of people wearing like bear stuff just showed up."
Yeah.
And
That's our crew. That's our
Yeah,
crew.
those are our guys.
We hired some mercenaries.
Right. Oh, cool. They just sort of walked through all of our wards.
Oh.
Yeah, they're cool.
Wait, how did
I don't think we told them to do that.
If they're cool, we won't. I'll call off the archers. And she runs back out. And a few minutes later, you hear like some commotion outside, and then into the library comes Safia and her second in command, Eric, and a third person who you did not meet the first time, but they are a very sort of slim, bald figure wearing heavy robes with like a big fur collar and cuffs on them. Laika is leading them in as they come in, and Laika saying, sorry about the archers. We just weren't expecting anybody else to come through the wards today. I thought maybe, we would get some warning. And Safia waves a hand and says, think nothing of it. Zolior is descended from one of the great heroes and has some measure of magical ability. Was able to find this place.
Oh, so that wasn't that our fault.
Yeah, we are not to blame for this.
Laika just sort of nods and goes, okay, well, if you're here to help.
It's all Zolior's fault over here. Cool name, by the way.
Zolior nods to you very, very, in like a very grandiose way, but he's got like a little smirk on his face, like, yeah, it is a cool name, admit.
Classic Zolior.
Classic Zolior. Okay, cool. Well, as long as you're here to help, that's jam on toast.
Speaking of jam on toast, I'm super hungry.
Yeah, a snack would probably be nice.
While you guys are waiting, somebody comes in with like some food, some nice stew, some cheese, some very fresh cheese.
Worms?
Fuck me up.
No, actually, there's a little covered dish.
Buddy.
And Mary signs, did they give us butter? And she takes the little cover off the dish and puts it right back on, and she passes it over to Corbin.
That's for me, thank you, Mary.
And she signs with her other hand, nope, that's worms.
That is biscotti.
Ew. Do you have to eat that in front of us?
Corbin slurps a worm.
And from a high window in this library, Burger Jerger swoops on down. And she catches herself a worm from your plate.
They weren't for you, Corbin.
They were for me.
Zolior, what do you think of this?
I'm just sharing.
Zolior looks a bit green.
Zolior, you want a worm?
And Burger Jerger perches herself elsewhere. And she says, don't worry, we can share.
Corbin throws Burger Jerger a worm, like, through the air.
Oh, she catches it in her mouth. She catches it like a dog.
Fran points and says, natural, normal.
Corbin slurps a worm in Fran's direction.
All right.
No.
You know you're at home when they serve you worms, Corbin.
I do.
Worms.
All right, so somebody comes in with like a bunch of maps and they bow very low and they back out, still bowing after they've delivered the maps and the little like token pieces so that you can, play D&D with the real map. So you guys, let's decide how you want to approach this battle. There's a lot of stuff that you will have to make decisions on the fly once you get into Essedel. A lot of recon that you'll likely have to do.
So is there any way, Kat, that we could just do a mass sending to all of our mortal allies that is basically like the Guardians have need of your assistance? Like, we want to find info about where everybody is and how everybody's doing, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with Mary, we can do that.
Yeah.
25 words.
Sending.
Yep.
So we're going to say,
We should mention the location.
hi, what's up?
Yeah.
How are you?
What's up? How are you? I'm doing fine.
Yep.
I'm
need
doing
to kill
fine.
Torva.
Also, I'm not doing fine.
Also, I'm doing bad.
I meant to use this message to tell you about Torva. Oh shit.
Good message.
That one goes
No
up
notes.
first.
No notes.
And then we send another one
And
afterwards.
then we send the real message. Let's see. The real message should say, Torva has gathered his forces in Essedel, where he can be struck down.
It's our last chance.
Report back with your status and position.
You got it down with one word left.
And the last word is bitchin'.
Yeah. Bitchin'.
All right.
But yeah, so that's what we want to send, and we want to send it out to, let me read my list of mortal allies. We want to send it to the pirates. We want to send it to the Ilfrin elf people. We want to send it to the Boars, and like Alden. We want to send it to Madrian queens for them to disseminate to whoever's trustworthy in Madria. We want to send it to the Danmar king out in the desert. To the orcs who we first met, to Slake's mentor Namavi in the Red Caverns. And I think that's it.
All right. Mary takes that list and takes the message. And she asks Laika, can you gather everybody who knows how to send a sending, please? And Laika takes off like a shot, and she comes back maybe 15 minutes later with 5 spellcasters who all look very nervous. They're all like standing with their arms behind their backs and their chests out and trying to look very formal. And Mary cringes and then says, "All right, the 5 of you come with me." And she disappears to a back room. And a few minutes later, everybody comes out looking a little bit drained. The Mary included. But she gives you guys a thumbs up and then signs, "It's done. We'll start getting responses soon, I think, but I've directed the responses to..." She motions to the group of spellcasters. They'll report back as soon as they know anything.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, you guys.
Yeah, Mary nods, but she does not look quite as thrilled as you guys are.
You doing all right, Mary?
Mary nods tightly and then signs, "I just need to get used to being a god, I guess."
Fran frowns and she says, "Mary, can I talk to you for a minute?"
Mary nods and you guys step aside. You step to the side.
Okay. And Fran seems kind of nervous. She's like, are you like upset that you have to tell people what to do?
Mary sort of nods and then signs, it still doesn't feel right that people are taking my orders or, I don't know. I'm not who they think I am. It feels dishonest to pretend to be that just so that they'll follow me.
You are a god.
I know. I just wish I didn't have to feel like one.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I have a question. Did you have to have them help you?
What do you mean?
Shouldn't you be able to do that stuff by yourself?
And Mary looks kind of taken aback and then crosses her arms for a minute and then signs, "I don't think I'm ready for that yet, to do it all on my own."
Sure, and of course, you don't have to, because we all have each other and everybody wants to help you. I thought, aren't you supposed to be like a double god? I don't know. Look, we'll figure it out, okay, Mary?
Mary she doesn't look like you've made her feel any better, but she nods. "Right," she signs. "We'll figure it out." Gingy, come on!
Gingy, I'm just a teen boy.
Gingy, I'm
Ash Ketchum.
Jam on toast.
Jam on toast! Okay.
These hamburgers are delicious.
Wow, this voice is really hard to maintain.
Yeah.
I noticed when I listened to it back on the recording, I sounded too much like myself last time.
You're always going to sound like yourself.
No, I know, 'cause-
Sophie sounded like herself.
Yeah.
I know, but I gotta get raspier.
Ugh. But it already almost killed you, Kat.
I know,
did.
Kat. We had to watch you nearly die.
It did.
Think of how it hurt us.
You did good, Kat.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
but
did great.
Gingy, come on. Gingy, come on. Gingy, come on. Gingy. No. Gingy. Oh, Gingy. Gingy, come on. Gingy, get in the robot.
Come to me.
Gingy, get in the robot.
Gingy, get out of the robot.
Otherwise,
Zerun will have to do it again.